Hello, everyone. Welcome back. I am Anya. This is. Sorry, I messed up my intro, but it doesn't matter. We did it live. Uh, we, I am Anya. We are playing today the Mecha Hack, and together with me are.
I'll go first. I'm Sherry. I'm playing Salsa, Viper Heavy. Both of us are she, her, and we're ready to go.
Go ahead, Mark.
I'm Mark. I'm playing. I'm playing Salta's sister, Peppa. Bali, Viper Harmony, and also a Viper team ready to go.
And I am Lowell, pronouns he, him, and I am the commander, and I am operating under Prophet Zero as my handle. I'm in the Striker module, and I'm hoping we get a rest. That's my. So.
And tonight we are playing the Mecha Hack as a continuation, as a spin-off of the previous Mecha Hack session. This is our session number 3. Last time we checked in with our pilots, they were delving into one of the many different ruins that are around the planet, especially around Aurelia, around their planet, especially in the northern part, where they were attempting to recover some old technology, some Beryllian technology that they will be able to use in their attempt to reclaim their planet back from the collective. However, as they were delving, they found a Beryllian signature, which was not surprising, and then a Beryllian signature that was moving, which was very surprising to everyone. And then they found this weird creature that threw all of your readings of your Beryllian readings onto the red, and it started attacking you. So where we last left, this creature a bit shorter than you, maybe a head shorter than you, with these feet sort of like in claws, in animal claws, pushed away from the rest of you and pull up these two, what's the word I'm looking for? Plasma sabers. These two plasma sabers as the Beryllian signatures again go haywire in all of your consoles. Right now it's the enemy's turn, so this creature's turn. Then we will do Viper Harmony. We are retaining the initiative order that we rolled for last time. And just to remember, you, Salta, you had activated your targeting array. Which I think you are sort of sharing the position of this creature in case they become obscured again, but the advantage only applies to you, of course. So, yeah. Okay. Give me 1 second as I change up the grid, because we're doing a bit of tactical combat. So, I'm gonna do it over here to the right. And we essentially have a square room. You were coming from over here to the north. Over that way to the north, it's this room that will collapse into water if you were to shake it. And you do see a further exit to the south, where the original Beryllian reading was stronger, so over here. I'm going to drop some tokens, characters. This is one. Hybrid, heavy, combiner, colossus, bomber, auxiliary. These are names to get us excited. So we have a Titan, we have a Brawler, and I think we have 2 different. There we go. strikers. Striker token and striker token. So I'm going to put a blue ring around Saltas, around Sherry's. I'm going to put a purple ring around Mark's, around Pipali's, and I'm going to put a orange circle right around Selim's. Yep. So, and over here in, I think, green is your target. Pipali, you had just used your saw to attack this creature. It had pulled away from Salta, who is, I'm sure, over here. Commander Selim, you are probably over there, and I'm just going to add one final ring to Matthew, who can't be with us today, to Ezekiel's unit. So, the two closest people to this creature are indeed the Viper Squad. So it's going to attack for the Viper Squad. Yeah. Two near targets. I just dropped a little bit over here the distance reference in case you want to check on it. And there we go. Nice. So, yeah, you've seen a similar attack before. The creature is using its beam swords that are made from this heavy Varelian signature, and it's going to go for Pipalis. It's going to go for you, Viper Harmony. Okay, so Viper Harmony, you see this creature take one step forward, and please roll mobility for me.
Yes. Come on, little dice, where you at?
And your top left corner dice.
Yes. Taking a second to load up. Let me reload real quick. There we are. Okay. Rolling mobility.
Yes, please.
Alrighty. 13 under 14. That will do it.
However, do remember that this creature, we had established last time that it was...
That's right.
To hit die above you. I'm going to write that down. Hit die 4. So 13 plus 2. You wouldn't make it. And you will take, honestly, a bit of damage. Probably. Probably. No, my God, why am I doing this to your character, Mark? It's a 9 damage.
Woo!
Wow.
Doggy. All right, take 3 off of armor and take 6 off of my hit points.
Okay, you have a hefty pool of hit points. Yeah, you have a hefty pool of hit points.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now I do.
Yeah. Tell me how you avoid the rest of the damage, because this creature is close to you and just goes for the thrust.
It's doing the laser swords.
Yes.
I think probably it whacks me with one, and I'm gonna be closing in, so I think I just duck under the other and kind of come up with the shield, and the shield just shatters.
Okay, yeah, sure. And it's your turn, actually.
All right. We get a move and an attack. Is that right?
You get a move. You get 2 actions. The actions are
2 actions.
And I'm going to drop them over here just in case. Check them. Over here. All right. The general actions are move, attack, test. So you will try to do something that it's not minor, quote unquote, and use one of the items on your equipment. You can do any of those. You can repeat actions. If you repeat actions, you roll your reactor die.
Okay, cool. Let's see, my damage die is D8. So, near far range. And our ranges, so if I'm at close range with something, can I hit it with a near range weapon? Or
If you near range weapon, you will roll with disadvantage.
okay, cool. This is fun. Yeah, so I'm gonna use my let's do that. I'm gonna use my charging strike to as a move action, just move right up to it
Okay.
and attack with my the laser axe there.
Yeah, let's say you move over
Try and get
here.
that hit there. Yeah, get around the other side of it. So me and Salta can give me a 1-2. And so I will roll up power, right?
You roll power, yes.
Alrighty. That is a 2, which is a critical for me because I do
Because you're a striker, yes.
I'm a striker. That's right. I'm a striker.
So yeah, roll your damage die.
And so that is that doubled, or do I roll 2 of them?
That is let me check on that. Did you use so you are not able to use your reckless attack because you cannot lower your armor points further. So that
That's
will
right.
be a
Yeah, I'm
single.
all out of armor points. Okay, cool. That's a 3.
That's a 3. Give me 1 second.
And is that how does critical hit work again? Or critical damage?
Oh yeah. Sorry. Critical damage. You do roll. Yeah, you do roll double. Sorry. Yes. So if you
Okay,
will
great.
have been able to use reckless attack, I think you will have been rolling 6 die instead of. So yeah.
I'm just rolling 2 dice now.
Yeah, just roll 2 dice, please.
Let me add another one there.
That.
And then another 3, so 6 altogether.
Okay. Give me 1 second. I wrote something down. Okay, yeah. You go for the attack with your
The laser axe.
with your laser axe. You go for the attack with your laser axe.
And just try to like hack for one of the arms and see if I can take a sword out.
You 100% connect your hit. But you do see this shield glow around the target.
Mm-hmm.
Your damage is a bit reduced, not a lot. But you know this creature is has some form of active energy.
Cool. So that was my because
that was your move action. Yeah, that was your move action.
And so I think it's like I'm still at close range, but this is cool, so I'm going to do it anyway. So I kind of like knocked it off with the axe, and sort of it takes a step backwards, and that's when the missile pods come up. And so as an attack action, I can test power. If I succeed, to deal 44 damage, then I roll my reactor die. So let's see. And that's going to be with disadvantage because it's close. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. So I'm rolling under 17, hopefully. 3 and a 4, so that definitely hits.
Oh my gosh! Yes, please roll 44 damage.
Alrighty. That is 10 altogether. So I had to knock it back and then just missiles in the face.
That's so
for
nice.
10 damage. And I roll my reactor die.
No, I don't think you do because you didn't. Because it's an ability. Yes, sorry.
Yeah, that's an ability. But I got a 6, so I'm all.
You are good. All right. Let me do a quick addition. Okay. Yeah. Viper Heavy, please describe to me how you experience this because you are at close range as well.
Yeah, I think there's that moment when it brings up the sabers, and I'm like, so is this a guy in a suit? And then you know, like she's trying to figure out what it is, and then Harmony rolls in and does the smack, and I watch the follow up with the barrage, and I'm like, well, I think we're committed to the attack now. So I have my targeting array. I've used it to the extent that I can to keep an eye on it. I will follow up on what my sister has just done, and I will take a shot at it.
It's 100% your turn.
All right. Let's see how this goes. So I am just rolling a lovely d20, correct?
Yes, you are.
All right.
And you have advantage, right?
So yes, I have to roll another one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to see if it's a critical.
A 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. A 4 and a 6. So no critical, but a solid hit.
Yes.
What
are you attacking with?
I should have said that. I am attacking with my laser axe too. I think I will step in.
Nice.
So that's just a light melee weapon, and I think it's. Let's see here. My hit die is a D8, right?
Yes.
So here we go, and I rolled a 6.
Nice. Okay. Yeah. Give me 1 second. Okay. 2 things happen. You go for your laser axe. You swing at the creature. As I was telling you before, the body parts of this creature, of this whatever this is, if it's a suit, try to dodge your attack, but you connect to the chest of the creature, I think.
Okay.
As soon as you connect, you see the creature start to crumble down into like, I don't know, an imploding can under pressure. It starts to crumble down in this blue-green light, and you see the head of the creature detach. And I think you are the only one who sees it because you have the targeting array. There's probably a ton of smoke in the room after the missile barrage. You see the head of the creature detach and start trying to, let's say, run around sort of like a mouse on the ceiling.
Yes.
This will be the size of a small car. So in the scale of a person, it's still large, but the creature is a bit shorter than you, so it's looking sort of smallish. But yeah, the rest of the creature starts collapsing, and after a second, it just dissipates the smoke, and the head is basically obscured once again.
Okay. And I go, okay, it's being tricksy. It is pretending that it's gone, but it's taken its head and headed for the ceiling. And I'm like, Prophet Zero, it's up above you.
I think you still have 1 action if you want to use it.
Ooh, can I use my targeting array to again, or is that once per thing?
Your targeting array. Let me. No, it's a use action. So test system, please.
I will try it then. So let's see here. I test system, and system is, I got to beat a 17. So here we go. I rolled a 12.
Nice. So yeah, you have its position. I'm gonna say it moved. Give me 1 second.
I will give you coordinates.
It moved 1, 2, 3, and 1 additional one over here.
Ooh, it's trying to get out the exit there.
So it's your turn, Salim.
I will draw out the machine gun, or rather raise it up to spray the described area with said machine gun fire. But I also shout battle tactics, and I will shout to Salta, patch Viper Harmony.
Will do.
And I'll give you the extra action so you can do that.
Okay.
Okay.
And that is me spending my AP by 1 to give you 2 hit points back.
Cool.
And I will take my shot. I will roll with power. Is this at disadvantage?
No, I think it's normal because you are being shared the position.
Okay. So let's roll. That's a 3. Even with the +2, that's a 5.
That's a
so
3.
That will still hit.
And the +5 is no longer in play. So
That's right.
the +2 is no longer in play. Sorry. So yeah, roll your damage.
It's a D8 for light weapons.
It's yes. Light weapons, roll your normal damage die. Heavy weapons roll with a penalty of +2, but they do 2 additional damage.
Okay. So we're on a roll with the 3 more points of damage.
Nice. Okay, yeah. You shot it. You certainly hit it. I think the creature falls down to the ground, and you have an incoming transmission in that second. What do you want to do?
I say to the others as we take the transmission, I'll say, can you get weapons to pin this thing down?
Yes, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if we can't. I don't want to necessarily kill it. And we'll open up the comms and see what the transmission is.
The transmission is a code. Give me 1 second. Because yes, the transmission is a code. I think it's not in a language. However, you recognize it as sort of the galactic, the federal mayday signal, rescue signal for a group of people, for a stranded group of people. However, you do pinpoint where this signal is coming from, and this signal is being generated by the head of the crew.
I think we're going to pick one of us pick the head up.
Yes, you can. I don't think you have any actions left, and it's the creature's turn. So if you pitch something to me that makes sense, yes, but otherwise I think it's gonna run.
I will. Let's send back a transmission. I will say that it will say, stand down, or we're going to put our feet on you hard.
Okay. Why don't you roll presence for me? Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Ooh, no.
Give me 1 second. Yes.
It cares not for what I have said.
The creature yes. The creature does run into the other room. So it can run 2 squares at a time. 1, 2, just so you can as well. 1, 2, and it's basically out of your sight. At that point, as I was telling you, the walls of this temple are sort of isolating. So you go back to only picking up the original Beryllian signal that you were tracking down. You lose this.
Given that this place does isolate the signals, do we think that transmission is going to be getting out of here? The one that they made?
I don't think It would. Yeah, no, I don't
Okay.
think it would.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's blocking Beryllian, it's blocking radio, so at least not by any means that you know, but I don't think it would.
I'll say, let's be cautious in case that thing comes back with another body or whatever. But let's move and try to follow this signal.
You got it.
Actually, what we'll do is we'll kind of set up, uh, fictionally, Matthew's character kind of like to watch our back
Yeah,
at that point.
for sure.
Mhm.
And we'll leave this poisonous place that we're in.
As a matter of fact, I was about to ask you to roll your reactor
Yes.
die.
Yes. If you want. Let's see here. I can do that. So my reactor die is a D8. I rolled a 5, so it stays okay.
Nice.
Oh boy. I rolled a 3, so my D4 reactor die remains stable.
Okay.
And
I,
2 if I need to do that.
Your die.
yeah, I'll
deteriorates
probably
one step.
see if I can fix Cap's reactor die here
Yeah.
as we're wandering around for one of my actions. So let me see if I can do that. It's just a standard action, isn't it?
Yeah. It moves me up 1, but then you have to roll your reactor die.
Okay, I will roll it again. 8 and roll. 6 again.
Okay.
So it was all for the good.
Thank you.
Nice. Okay, yeah. So now that the creature has escaped, or what's left of the creature has escaped into this, into the next room, you have a second to basically see what's in this room. The gas has dissipated a bit for the both for the fighting and because of this sort of explosion, minor explosion that was left by this creature. And you see over here what you will recognize as archaic sort of deploying stations for much smaller fencing suits or frames, as well as some stations for normal suits, for basically protection suits in case of toxicity. And Pipali, you do notice written in this strange language, in this strange Beryllial primeval language that the door was written down in, essentially a warning message over the frame of this door.
Now they tell us.
You do pick up the strongest Beryllian signal that you have picked up since the fight or in the whole of your exploration, but it's not dangerous to you. However, Beryllian, when it's making a reaction, you know that it can get dangerous.
Okay. So with Verilion and people's what that we know is how it's used, is it like a power source is how it is?
Yes.
Okay.
In general, the Kyuku were utilizing the Beryllian as a power source and to build technology. So you do know that this place, if it's powered by Beryllian, whenever there will be a Beryllian reactor, there will be things that you could salvage.
Okay. All right.
Is there anything we can salvage of the body of the creature?
I think I'm gonna leave that to luck. So roll a d6 for me, and I think you are trying to get a 1.
There we go.
Oh my gosh! Nice. nice.
Done.
Give me 1 second. Yes.
Lightsaber. Oh, sorry.
Okay, I'm going to roll. Okay, yeah. I know what you do recover. The body collapses. As far as you can tell, there's nothing left of whatever this creature was. But there is this loud clank as soon as the creature disappears. And there is no brilliant signature, right? So, this clank that you collect, you identify as a power piston. This power piston has not a lot of use to you right now. However, you are able to infer that this creature had far better superior technology than you do. It wouldn't need a power piston. So it was trying to probably, and I think you see several of them. I think you gather that it was trying to salvage some stuff from here.
Okay.
And one final thing. This is a facility powered by beryllium, while the QQ do use it, and there will be power pistons over here. The main reactor that probably ahead of you wouldn't really have a reason to use power pistons.
So they've like brought these back and put them in here, right?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. And you mentioned a big ship that had landed at one of the stations.
Yes, 2
Could
weeks
that
ago.
be something that the Virillion came in on?
The reports that you had were, one, there was a big beryllium surge at that point, and two, it was floating using some sort of cover crafting array, sort of like in the Matrix is the way I imagine it. And it was glowing in the very recognizable bluish greenish pattern that beryllium reacts.
Interesting. So why would this guy be all the way over here by himself? Lost? Refugee? Troublemaker? Teenager? I don't know. All of the above. Okay.
I think those three are the most on genre for mecha. So
Okay.
you are muted, Lol.
We can speculate on their purposes later. We've got to keep moving on.
Yes, sir.
Got it.
Are you, Viper Harmony, are you feeling up to moving forward?
Yeah, as ready as we're going to be.
Okay.
So you do move ahead. There. So you move ahead, passing this warning signal. Passing this warning signal, and essentially you feel as you go through a dense material at the end of this corridor. I don't think it's something that any of you will be accustomed, but essentially you gather that it serves as a sort of protective barrier. So you pass through this kind of gelatinous material onto the other side. On the other side, you do see a reactor, what you recognize as a brilliant reactor. Do you see that it's basically on its last leg? It's barely making any sort of reaction. You see some panels. You see it's basically crumbling down. But near to it, you see dismantled. Let me see how many, but they are dismantled. 9. Oh my gosh, 9. Yeah. 9 different tactical armors from the collective.
Ooh.
And may I remind you that you did find another tactical armor earlier.
Crushed.
Yeah.
Or,
These are dismantled. They seem recently dismantled, but the tactical armor do seem like older models in a similar fashion than the one that you had found. What do you want to do?
How likely is it that we can, from going through these, find some useful material?
I think it's likely. I think
Okay.
it's rather likely.
Then I will say, Viper Heavy, why don't you start going through and seeing what we can find? Viper Harmony, you and I, let's recon the room and see what we can see, and then we'll take a look at this this engine and see if there's anything use that we can get out of it.
yeah. Let's do it.
Okay, we're going to go back to this salvaging, but first, there's 9 tactical armors. You do find a large door over here. Let me draw it. You do find a large door over there. It seems to be sort of leaking some of the same substance that was isolating the reactor room. On the consoles, there's this brilliant language that you don't really understand. I think you will be able to sort of take a screenshot, take a picture of it, and translate it later. I think that will be possible, but right now it's complex. It's technical data, probably.
Mm-hmm.
And the most interesting thing about all of these tactical armors that are gathered around the reactor, it's one that is on the very far edge of the room. This tactical armor, you see it has sort of burning marks, sort of chemical burning marks. And it's just in front of a large, I don't want to use the word piston again, but I don't know what what will be the other word. A large piston pushing it into the wall. And it basically, you see it stopped in the wall, crumbling against it.
Let's hold off on pushing forward on that until after Harmony.
Yeah.
Do your scavenge first in case something goes wrong.
Nice.
Okay.
Give
All
me
right.
a second. Tables. I love loot tables. I love loot tables because my brain always tries to make it make sense. And that's the thing that I love the most about random tables. Because my brain finds a way to make it make sense. So, I seem to have it. I need to isolate that file. Yeah, so, Viper Heavy, since you are essentially looting for everyone, please roll 4d8 and 4d6, but you will give those to me in pairs, in d8, d6 pairs.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. I got to figure out how I do this. So I got 4d6s, 4d8s. Here we go. Ooh, what a mess. So, How about this one? The D6 is 5,
5,
and the D8 is 8.
8. A second one?
The D6 is 6, and the D8 is 6.
Nice. Third one, please.
The D6 is 4, and the D8 is 6.
And the last one, please.
D6 is 4, and the D8 is 5.
5. And roll one final D6 for me, please.
I can do that. It's a 2. The most
Nice.
disappointing of numbers. Neither the lowest and certainly not the highest.
I love twos. Give me 1 second. Okay, you start recovering some stuff from the tactical armor. So the first thing you find is here. Oh yeah, you find a rifle. This is a light rifle, but as soon as you pick it up, you gather that it's some sort of experimental thing. It doesn't match any. What's the word I'm looking for? Any previous information that you have on it.
Exactly.
Mm.
Unfamiliar specs.
Unfamiliar specs is what I was looking for.
Yes.
Then you find. Okay, you are able to recover a shield from one of these. From one of these tactical armors.
Nice.
And since Pipali had just lost her shield,
Mhm.
that will be useful. Which, just to be clear, it's narrative. If you want to roll with it, I love it. But technically, your armor points reset when you do arrest. So if you want to roll with it, I love it. I just rolled that shield
Yeah.
right now, but and then you find. Okay, you find some weapons that you do get. You have some information for. You have some explosive rounds. Please roll a d12 for me.
This is where it all goes to hell. All right. I got 6.
Nice. They do this D4 additional damage whenever you use them.
Okay. Rounds plus D4 damage.
And I think this is the most interesting thing. You find a one-shot module. A one-shot module is essentially a module of the ones that you install whenever you reach level 2, level 1, level 3, level 5. But this is something that it's sort of a patch on your mecha, and you are able to use it instantly, but only once. So let me just roll for that. It's an offensive model. 1, 5, 6, 7, and it will be. You have a static cloud.
Static cloud. Oh, cool.
As an action, test mobility. If you succeed, deal
nice.
1d4 damage to 2 close enemies and become hidden. Then roll your reactor die. So that's nice. And that's what you find. As you are scavenging this, and the reactor is essentially, as I was telling you, crumbling, you pick up a rather small beryllium signature, and then you all see the reactor sort of collapse, do a minor explosion. Then there is a beam of light, and on a flash, you see the head that you were chasing after essentially rise through the ceiling. There's no hole on the ceiling. There's nothing. It essentially sort of teleports.
Oh, interesting. This is all new to us.
Yes, it is.
Ooh.
But yes, you weren't looking for the creature specifically, so it goes.
That makes sense. We were, but we were distracted by all the loot because.
Fair enough.
Does that make sense?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Nice. So what do you want to do? Do you recover? And one final thing, I think you will be able to spend a while, honestly, here, maybe 30 or so minutes, recovering some of the fragments of the brilliant to see if you are able to get a small reactor to start all of it.
Ooh, that sounds great.
So if you want to do that, you are able to.
Yes, I would like to do something like that so we can keep our mech suits charged up and in good shape.
Actor, just letting you know, you are able to collect it. You will be able to make it at a station, for example, the Kyuku encampment that's on the map, or
Okay. All right.
so.
Do we feel like we've got things under control here? Should we start checking out the doors?
Are we in good shape to do that? We've been running and running, so do we need to take a rest?
I mean, a rest is always good. I'm a little bit banged up, but still ready to roll.
I just worry since that thing is taken off, we probably need to do what we can to get what we can out of here and bug out from this location.
Let's do it then.
So let's check out that door.
Okay.
Okay. So as you are gathering these fragments of the crystal that makes up the reactor, there is essentially no energy left in the station. Slowly but surely, after 10-20 minutes or so, you notice that this piston on the bottom right of the room, you essentially hear a scraping from the tactical armor that it's pushing along the floor,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, I will say, it's resetting to its initial position. And you see the door to the west of the room start to rise up a bit. What I want to say is that it's exponential, so it's slow at the start, and then at any moment it will just go. What do you want to do?
Somebody want to give me a sense of what that means?
Sure. So I think that it's going to open up and we won't be able to close it because there's no power to close it. So whatever's in there is coming. So let's take a quick look.
Sounds fair. Viper Heavy.
All right. I'm going to use my targeting array and take a check to see what's in there.
Yes, I think since there's this isolating sort of goo, you will do it at disadvantage. So roll systems for me with disadvantage.
Okay. That's a little on the cruel side, but I'm for it. All right, here we go. Ooh, a 1 and a 17. Does that do it? Oh, it's right on. Oh,
yeah.
but then I got a critical. It's so unkind.
Yeah, you go in. Your targeting array does not seem to pass this isolating membrane goo, but you can see into it.
Okay.
You flash a light, and you see a large sort of Titan mobile frame, mobile suit, essentially not dismantled, just hold on this against the further wall of.
And is it got any power in it?
It doesn't seem like it. The room seems dark as must been, and it seems deactivated. But
All
again,
right.
you are not picking up many signals coming from.
Okay. Do you want me to go take a look at it, Kat?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I think if you want to go right now, you will need to leave the doors powered.
Okay.
Okay. Well then, Viper Harmony and I will move to get the door up
Yep.
and secure it while you go in heavy.
Any of you, please roll with advantage. Yeah.
What are we rolling against?
Against your power, the two people that are lifting.
I'll roll
Perfect.
that.
Or Viper team. Go ahead.
Yeah. With advantage, you said? That's an 8. That does it.
Nice.
Excellent.
You both start lifting it up. It's heavy. You feel the gears on your fencing suits start to crumble. The tactical armor on the far corner is being pushed by the piston at the same time, and you lift it enough that I don't know what's the word in English, but businesses have these sort of metallic curtains that go up.
Shutters.
Yeah.
Shutters.
Shutters. And there's a point where you push a shutter enough, it just goes. So it goes. As you flashlight into the room, you see the walls of the room essentially punched in by the hands of this unit. The hands of the unit are broken. And let me see which one. What is it? It will be you, Viper Harmony.
Mm-hmm.
You notice a small leak from the room, from the ceiling of the room. And each time that that this drop falls, there's an acidic sound on the floor, and you see that the floor is partially it has partially been consumed. Not enough to make a big dent, but enough for you that I don't know, if you were walking and you didn't notice it, you will trip over it.
Mm-hmm. So is it like?
Yes, this is just.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, we'll stay away from that.
Yeah, like it made a ditch in the floors,
Yes.
essentially.
Yeah,
It?
it's just
Yes.
like eroded. Not even eroded, corroded. I guess.
A really small ditch. If you see it, you have no problem, but there it is under the drop on the ceiling.
Yeah. And
Also,
if you don't see it and you step in it, you twist your ankle in the most painful way possible. So yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they get
Awesome.
acid dripped on you. Yeah.
Let's go take a look at this poor trapped mecha suit here then.
Mm-hmm.
One final thing, because I just realized I hadn't discussed this with you, but your characters will know. Kaiju blood is acidic.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Mm.
Okay then.
Hmm.
Huh. All right. Let's proceed with caution.
Yeah.
Yeah, because whatever it is bleeding a lot.
Yeah.
So,
And it's coming like from the ceiling, as if something might be above us that is bleeding.
Sort of, but there is nothing on the ceiling itself.
Yeah.
There's a crack and there's filtering.
and it's been going on for a long time.
For a while,
Right.
yes.
Because we got the
Yeah.
lids there.
Okay. So, wounded kaiju, I don't know. Terrible. Let's. But still, there's a mecha suit.
Give me 1 second, because you will know that this river, not right here, but as we were discussing when we were doing the crawl, You are over at point B. This
Mhm.
river all the way to point J, it's fishing grounds for kaiju. So it's reasonable that kaiju fish will marine kaiju, river kaiju would inhabit this the river that you are under.
Interesting. Okay.
You go in.
Hmm. I do.
We watch carefully.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've used my references good enough, but from this tactical armor, uh, you see the head of it start to uh, elongate from the body, and then you see the right shoulder crack open, and you see an arm pull up and sort of use the shoulder to rise itself up as you see the left arm go over, and you see this thin skeletal creature with fangs breaking the helmet, breaking the head, and essentially still the head of the tactical armor covering whatever face it has.
Mm-hmm.
That can't be good, I
No,
say.
not
And
for us.
I flip the clip to open and I start spraying the area.
Nice. Go ahead and please roll power for me. Yes.
Okay. Fresh out by running. Okay, come on. Okay, dice. No, that is 12. That is just beyond my power.
Okay. I think you hit it, but you don't hit it enough to cause any damage. And you see as the half torso of the creature is sort of perching over the tactical suit. You see this acidic blood start splashing. However, it's glowing, which you do not know of any kaiju that this happens to.
Oh, it's an irradiated one.
Radiated acidic kaiju blood.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Good.
Oh, interesting.
And you have a
I
second
wonder-
action, Commander.
I will. Let's see, who is our Viper Heavy? You are closest by me, right?
Yes.
Viper Harmony, actually.
Yeah,
'Cause,
I think
Viper Harmony. Let loose the dogs of war. I say.
All right.
Question mark.
Let me hit the dogs of war button.
I think Viper
and,
team is at near range and you were at far range, just to make
Excellent.
sure.
Fantastic. That'll be the missile barrage then, for sure. Cool. I'm gonna roll power then on that and see if they connect. Get rid of one of those d20s. There we go. It sure does. 15 under 17.
Nice. Yeah, roll your damage, please. That's 44,
Alrighty.
right?
That's 4d4.
Let me just roll quickly.
That's 11 damage altogether.
Whoa,
I'm pretty sure
nice.
that's
And
good.
and my reactor is fine. Yeah. Dogs.
And I'll use my battle tactics so that you can take an attack action without it counting as a second action. But I
Nice.
take my use action up, right?
Okay. Yeah. You want to do that? You are able to. You rolled 11 damage, right?
I did. Yep.
Okay, yeah. The barrage hits. The blood starts spilling everywhere. And there's this sad roaring from the creature. It's in pain. It's 100% in pain. By the time the smoke dissipates a bit, your lamps are able to sort of show the helmet or the head of the tactical armor has fallen off of the creature's head, and you see this sort of hole where the right side of the head of the creature will have been. But on the left side of a creature with these large fangs coming mouth and these large distorted hands pulling itself out of the tactical armor. You recognize the um, skin, the sort of scaly skin that most kaiju have.
Mm-hmm.
But in this creature, you see this large, I think, sort of like basketball size eye that you do not recognize as the black eye that a kaiju will. This seems sort of like a human eye.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mm.
That's not right.
That's not right at all.
yes, which is why I slammed the fire button down, I think, is literally what follows there. So, yeah, that seems like the only follow up. I think I'm going to, take my initial hit with the submachine gun.
Nice.
So, and that's a hit die, right? Of D8.
That's yes.
Yeah.
Well, you first have to roll for power and then your damage die.
Oh, power and then the damage. Okay, got it. So that is a D20. And I gotta undo that. Sorry, just ignore that. I rolled a 5, so I
Nice.
rolled plenty on my D20, and
Nice.
then I will roll a D, or I can use the D8, I guess.
Mm.
So and so that's a 5.
Yes. You have killed this creature. Describe to me how it
Oh.
looks like, please.
I think that that Heavy just brings up the machine gun and fires it just out of like the shock of the eye, and does the thing where the line of the bullets just go across that neck, and the head tumbles off. It just kind of slices through, weakens whatever's there, and it sort of tumbles off and sort of rolls towards all of them. The head does.
Okay.
After it's done. So yeah.
Yeah.
Oof.
It goes quick. It's scary, and just in a second, the creature is dead. On a closer inspection with your lamps, the creature seems frail almost. It's grotesque for sure, but it seems frail. It seems like it's been in here for however long you can think of. And on the other side of the room, you see the door that you found at the entrance of the, essentially at the entrance of the dungeon. What do you want to do?
Let's gather up whatever samples we can, given that this is not like anything we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Let's put that together, and we'll see what we can figure out in the field. But we probably need to be moving away from here now.
That is a good idea.
Who gathers the sample?
I will do that. I have not risked much here, so let me make that roll. Well, that's a 20, but that's a good thing because I have a reroll on a 20.
Yeah. That will be your.
So that is a 7.
That will be your system. So you are good. You know exactly how to collect the sample. So tell me why you know how to collect this kind of sample, please, Salim.
I think that there is a little bit of him having had some like emergency med training, like the field med stuff. Maybe even that was like a first tactical that he was on before he kind of switched over. And so he knows enough like how to get things into sterile bags and get them isolated and prepped.
Nice, sure. These kind of details that you are establishing, if you want to write them down, and later sort of invoke them, maybe we can do it with advantage or some sort of stuff like that, so that your character gains the personality that you are establishing. I do take notes of those things, so I try to bring it up as much as possible. But if you want to write it down, it's great. So yeah,
Awesome.
you take out the sample, and one final thing. Please roll your reactor die for me.
I rolled a 4.
You roll a
Yes.
4. Nice. Nice. You are able to collect it. You are 100% sure that you were careful enough, and you have this small vial of irradiated blood.
So, like, presumably there was a human in that suit, and then whatever happened, they turned into a kaiju, but they haven't eaten or any. I mean, it's like they.
They're
Oh,
like cracked out of their shell.
oh.
Gross.
That's what I had in mind. If that's what came across, I'm happy. So, if you want to go into the other locked door that leads to the entrance, I think you will be able to easily find the mechanical panel that will open it back on the other room. It takes the lot of you probably to move it, but you do exit and you see these stairs that went down in the temple back in. And as soon as you step over here, you hear this transmission from your team. Yes. You hear this transmission on your team essentially asking for further instructions, asking if you are all right. Let me just check back on how much time has passed, because that over here, that was 30, 50, 70. That was almost 2 hours of delving. Yeah, that was almost 2 hours of delving before you are back on the entrance room.
Okay. Then we'll instruct everybody to head to the rally point, and we will be moving on ASAP.
When you go out, we have established that you are out here sort of mid-afternoon, just before the sun came down. So by the time you are out, the rain hasn't stopped, but the rain is essentially just a shower by this point. The flow of the river has slowed down a bit. The level has gone down a bit, but it is dark now. Traveling in the darkness, as you know, the kaiju are more active on the night. So if you want to make camp here for the night, it will be advisable, but you don't have to.
Now let's move to a settling point.
Yeah.
Camp down, and we'll get an early start tomorrow.
Since we've kind of cleared the temple, would it make sense to camp out down there? A little bit more hidden from whatever's out here.
Yeah, let's do that. At least let's see if we can give us a little bit of shelter, or
Yeah,
at least a fallback point.
Nice. Okay, so the 4 of you and your group makes way to the temple rooms. I'm consistent, so I take notes. Yes, this small room with the bat-like creatures, you are able to clear it easily once that you are all together. They delve deeper into the. Some of them delve deeper into the temple. Some of them go out the way of the open door because it's night. you are able to make yourself safe for the night. Let me roll to confirm that, but I'm pretty sure you do.
Okay.
You do.
You already said it. You can't play taybacks. Oh yeah, we're gonna be careful.
Reset all that stuff.
Essentially, you get a long rest. Let me read to you as means. You get a long rest, which allow you to regain your max hit points, restore your reactors to its maximums, and you restore your armor points as well.
Mm-hmm.
You do repairs, you eat, you gather around probably the reactors of your units for heat. So, what do you want to do during the night? I think we're about to take a break in a couple minutes. So maybe we can take the break and you can think about. This is a very good moment to establish maybe a second NPC for each one of you, or something like that. So you want to think about that? Do. You will as well have gained 1 experience. When you collect 2 experience, you level up to level 2, and you do this round of stories from before you were together. So yeah, I have 20 past the hour. So do you want to take a 10-minute break?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Nice. See you in a second.
Awesome.
And we are back. Okay, yeah. So you make camp in the inside of the temple. As I was telling you, it's a very good moment to establish this if you would like to, that you are sharing these repairs with, or that you are telling about the stuff that just happened, or just whatever you want. So what do you want to do just before bed or as night goes? Why don't we start with Selim? Yeah.
I think I am kind of going and checking with everybody and seeing where everyone is at, kind of trying to do the commander thing before I rest, checking on everybody, making sure where they're at. And I'm also kind of on the side among the retainers. I'm kind of checking and seeing if anyone has any science specialty or anything that like any background on that. Not necessarily giving away exactly why, but that's kind of what I'm looking for.
That's a thing I was thinking about, as a matter of fact, yesterday. So I'm pretty sure you do. But since you established you have this medical training, and since you helped put together the team, how do you picture this person as? Are they young? Are they older? The man, a
Well,
woman?
since I killed off an old guy last time, I think we have to have like a young person who probably shouldn't be necessarily have been assigned to a mech, but had some skill with it. They're really kind of a science person, kind of a science officer, but they got assigned to a combat mech role because their scores were kind of over the line.
Okay.
And I think that I'm kind of checking in with them, and I will say, let's say her name is.
I have a names table if you want to.
Oh, good, good. I've got. Let's say her name is Joyo,
Okay.
and she. I say, I, I know this has not been exactly in your field here, coming down into the combat zone, but I may have something that's more what you're interested in, and I'll show her the sample in its very badly packaged case. I'm sure she does that thing where kind of shakes her head at how badly I've done it, but I will say, just here's what we know, and give her
Nice.
the basics.
Let me step in a second, because I'm going to make a quick question to Salta. Salta, how old do you think you are? How old do you think your character is? You are muted in case you are.
Oh, I think that I am like just 18.
Okay.
Does that make any sense? Like I am just of age that they can say that I can serve.
Nice. Okay, then you get to Joyo. I think she's 20. She barely had her 20th birthday. I think she has this friendly rivalry with Salta. Salta being more of an engineer, her being more of a scientist. So you find her. I think this is something that you have had to deal with before she's getting distracted, sort of correcting Salta's work. She of course is a scientist. She has no real engineering experience, so whatever corrections she gives are in the right path, but are never what exactly needs to be done. Uh, Her scores, as you were saying, were top of her class essentially, and I'm pretty sure she had met Salta in the academy, the same academy that you probably pull these young recruits that excel. Uh, just as a final note, this academy, I think you will know every single pilot that's in there. For the simple fact that the Selina family is the last surviving family of the Kyuku. So these are the pilots that probably you personally helped train at least a bit. So as you get to Joya, she says, "And yes, you need to be turning that to the commander, sir."
And that's when I will kind of walk through her with the sitch, with the materials, and I say, I need you to still catch your downtime cycles, but I need you to also look at this while we're here.
She looks at the sample and looks at you, sample, you. You can tell she's excited but horrified by the story that you are telling her, and she's sort of leading you towards some hazmat suits, some safety equipment that it's protocol to establish on a camp. And she starts trying to
I'll
sit
stop
up.
her and I'll say, yeah. Get changed, move yourself to an isolated position, but take a guard. Tell me what you need.
Nice.
And give me the details when you're back.
You see her go behind this plastic transparent sheet, opens up the sample. The sample, I don't think it's more than a few drops, but it's very clear that's been corroding away the vial. You see her pass it through some of the field machines that you have brought with you. And she starts cursing because it breaks the first one, for sure. 100% it breaks the first one. And looks back at you and says, Commander, I don't think we can... I think we will be risking the rest of the science equipment. Do you want to proceed?
I just want to know why it's glowing. It's not supposed to be glowing. Figure that out. And then I walk away.
Nice. You see her put it into skip some of the machines, and going to one of them precisely, and yes, you will have an answer in a couple hours probably. Let me just.
I will also, just to make it more difficult for her, I'll say, Salta, Joya's having some issues with some of her machinery. If you want to check in on her.
I love that. I love that. But go ahead. Go ahead if you want to. You were about to say something, Salta.
Oh, I think I just Salta goes, oh, sure thing, Captain, and we'll walk over like with her like universal tool, like flipping it back and forth in her hand, like.
Nice.
So what you got there?
Nice. I think she just goes like trying to be try to be professional because she's obviously a teacher's pet, you know. She has been asked for something, so she's going to try to do it. Uh, Explains to you the situation as if you hadn't been there, and so the commander says he encountered this creature and the blood and she's basically scanning it for
Okay.
different forms
And
of
while she's
radiation.
doing it, I lean in and I give her the real details of what it looked like and what had happened, and that thing was in there for years, like with nothing to eat, growing into this. Just like sort of like, I think that's pretty much what happened. Salt isn't trying to creep her out. She's just working through it herself, but it's pretty creepy.
Okay. Okay. Uh, Selim, why don't you roll, please, your. I need to make space for that. But why don't you roll, please, your retainer die, which for everyone will be a d6, except for you, which at this very point it's a d. Because you lost, old man. Old man.
Yeah.
Rogers in space.
So I'll roll a d4. So I rolled a 1.
Okay, you roll a 1. This sort of dice essentially represent you expending the resources of your retainers. They, in general, unless we agree otherwise, they are successful, but they are expended for a bit until you take actions in order to, for example, repair some of the machines that Joyo is using right now. Until you recruit somebody else to get you to a D6, that sort of.
Okay.
Does that make sense? Nice.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so a couple hours pass. A couple hours pass, Alta. However much input you are giving in, might be helping, might be just.
I will try to help. I want the equipment to last. It would be good if we understood what was going on. But it was just a moment of haha, that one time that I had one over on her.
Yeah, sure.
I don't hold on to it too much because one of my retainers is Karam, and he's actually from Celine's family, and he's very high ranked. But he's one of my retainers because he is very good at everything except for piloting, and he's literally there to make sure that I don't F up, and that's pretty much it. So, yeah. And I'm like, I just want everything to go smooth with him. So I do not want him to see me riling up anyone because he will tell me that it's not, I'm supposed to be a better person because I have status. And even though I've never been trained with that, and I'm used to being a bully because I'm from the collective and, and all of this stuff, and it's just terrible. So I try to be the best person, but oh man, it burns sometimes.
Okay.
So.
Okay, yeah. Did you establish a name for him? Sorry, I didn't
Yeah,
catch.
it's Karam.
Karan. Nice, Karan. Okay, yeah. I think you just see him going around from time to time in this tent, taking a bit of a step behind this curtain. He wasn't He's been deployed. I think he's been deployed before, but he never enjoys it. Is the sort of person who gets a speck of dirt on their shoes and has to immediately wipe them, immediately brush them. So yeah, he's looking around at where you are working, and after a couple of hours, you do get to two answers with Yo-Yo. The first one is a confirmation. Uh, there's been some sort of DNA splicing between a kaiju and a human creature. However, uh, from all of the studies that the QQ have made, that the collective have made, you are not sure how the life of the kaiju first began. It doesn't really matches any life sign in this planet at all. They seem to have evolved on their own. And Joyo is at that moment a bit stuck with some of the data. Do you want to take a guess of what she's trying to figure out?
Let's see here. Sure, I will try to help her if that makes any sense.
Okay.
Or okay. So what would I roll for that though?
I think you will be rolling systems. I think the
Oh,
way
yes.
you are helping her is that, as I'm telling you, this seems like some sort of exotic life. There is no way that that creatures from, let's say, this galaxy could be spliced up with the kaiju as far.
Okay. All right. And yeah, and I'll probably talk about like the energy factor that would be required to do that. Essentially going, it just doesn't match anything. So kind of a smarty pants move, but that's okay. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry, I lost my owlbear. Now I got to find it again. Why
That's
do I
all
do
right.
this? I bet it's here. No, it's not. Where are you, owlbear? Where have you gone? I will just pull it back up from the get go. I apologize.
If you want to roll at home, remember that that's perfectly fine as well.
Okay, but I can find it. Here it should be. It should be here. Oh no, it's in the email, isn't it? That's the best place to look. Okay, so I'm rolling 1d20.
You're rolling 1d20. You're trying to roll below your systems. That's a 17.
Okay. All right. Doot. One d20. I got a 10.
You get a 10. Yeah.
Mhm.
You mentioned the energy surge that such a thing will require.
Mm-hmm.
And 100%, the Beryllian had to be involved in a way. You mentioned this. She tries to make a quick model, take it into account, as machine after machine after machine are breaking down from the samples, and with just the last droplet, you gather that she makes a hypothesis that these drops of acidic blood that were coming down from the room were probably what the collective. At some point we will establish how the Q could call them. That probably a carcass of a massive kaiju was sleeping beneath this island, and as it was decomposing, it was filtering into this temple, into this station, really, and reacting in a way with the Beryllian. She's basically contextualizing this, and she says, "But I think her big hypothesis is, but I think this means that the kaiju are more closely related to the Beryllian than we were thinking about.
Oh. Oh.
And she asks you, she asks you a question. Do you remember anything else from this teleportation thing that you think you saw? Because that's not
And
technology that we know any faction
exactly.
has.
So, and I kind of stop and I go, okay, so, and I will go through like all the things that we saw, that it was collecting the pistons, that the reactor itself was really low energy, and at the very end of its thing, that I tell her about the crumpling body and how it discarded all of that, and like what the thing that it knew the galactics, and then I describe the actual thing of what the teleportation looked like, what they did, and what was left over, like that they'd spent the last of what the reactor had in order to do it, and like kind of make quick estimation of the thing of how much it had to be.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me check on something. Nice. Okay. Nice. So, to what's next? I'm going to integrate Pipali. Pipali, let me ask you this. How
Yeah.
often does Salta misses dinner because she's working on something,
Oh,
because
all the
she's...
time. All the time.
So essentially, dinner has been served. Salta is nowhere to be found. Uh, on the far end of these two rooms that you have habilitated as camp, you see three figures actually, because Karan is there as well,
Mhm.
moving around on the light. You are sure this is Salta.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
Um, I think this happens all the time, and it's really difficult and ill-advised to pull her out of whatever she's working on. I think I just watch from a distance, and when it's clear that um, you know she's not coming, eat her dinner. That's what I finished my own, like I often do. I think.
Nice. I love it. So as you're standing in the distance, you see Salta speaking Joyo, and they have, of course, these large screens displaying some information. Up to that point, you just see diagrams that you recognize as biology diagrams. And then suddenly, of course, you are there looking at it in first person, Salta. Uh, you see this. Jojo starts going through images of other reactor, call them models, because you, as Kyuku, have limited ability to build reactors out of beryllium. Your fencing suits do not work using beryllium; they work using conventional methods. But you have been able to patch into these remnants of beryllium, and some of them look like these crystals. Some of them look like circles on the ground, and they are going through different images. You see this graph of how much energy. I'm going to turn off my effects. How much energy you have been able to pull out of these different reactors,
Mhm.
and then you go through one that looks like an arch,
Mm.
and it's
Oh.
an arch not precisely similar, but also not unlike the one that you went through to go into the temple. It's clearly
Mhm.
made out of a different material, but what I'm trying to say to you, it looks like an entrance to something, but it's just an arch with cables coming out of it, with consoles that are Kyuko technology, trying to plug into this reactor. So as you are eating this, that's what you see in the distance. Do you want to do something, Pipali?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. People. Go for it.
Pipali is you, Mark.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I am people. Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to go join them. I think, and ask what that arch, what the arch is. If I have an idea.
Okay. Salta, do you pick up on this connection, or do you just?
I think she goes, oh, well, it's a reactor. Then she stops and she goes, we walked through it, didn't we?
Mhm.
And she sort of stops and goes, oh, it's just like the entrance. We all walk through it. We're all pointing back towards it. To Joyo.
Then Pipali joins you. As soon as you want to go in, Joyo stops you, and she says, "This is a clean room. You are not allowed to enter." And then she realizes the way she's talking at you. Let me tell you. Let me ask you, what's your rank?
I don't know if we've specified it, but I've been around for a while, so I whatever rank is like in the middle there. Yeah.
I think it's high because you personally helped the prince.
Maybe you received a promotion.
Yeah,
Yeah, maybe you received
your
an honorary
rank is
promotion.
like a little ridiculous high.
That's absolutely right.
Yeah.
So.
You're probably a commander as well as Salim.
That's why we're rivals. Yeah.
It makes so much sense. I love when things make sense. Yes. You are a commander, but you are not the commanding officer of the mission. Yes.
Right.
Okay. Yeah. And she stops and says, Commander, Miss Neshali? Miss Neshali, sir. This is a clean room, sir. Sorry.
Not anymore. What's the arch?
She explains to you that it's a reactor, and that this reactor was found originally, as far as the data is concerned, a bit west to Station Q. So that hex wouldn't really be in the map, but it's 2 hexes to the left of.
Do we think that might have any connection with the temple that we're in?
Salta?
Or either of you.
Could that be where they teleported to? Are they tied to each other some way?
I don't think she ventures a guess. This is something that you have never seen before. But she says, as far as information we have, I think that's a reasonable guess. However, she goes through the data. What surprises me the most is why we haven't, in the hundreds of years that you have been able to activate this, if this could serve as a teleportation station, and further, what activated this technology at this point. And she stops and she says, I think we will need to find more information about this creature, the first creature that you fought with.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because if we could use it as a teleporter, we could jump right in and get the drop on folks at Station R, maybe? Or maybe. Who knows? Yeah. Seems worth looking into.
So the night passes. Joyo starts writing down a report that, of course, gets into Salim's improvised office on the very next morning. Sorry, I just realized we didn't get to establish an NPC for you, Pipali. Do you want to establish an NPC?
I don't have anyone in mind, but I'm open to something.
Okay. Let me make a quick roll, and if that rings anything for you, we can establish this person at this moment. Otherwise, we can establish them later. But we know this is a
Yeah.
person that's.
Yeah, I should mention, because Sherry bugged me about it repeatedly throughout the week, that I did finally put a picture in for my character.
Yeah.
I notice. Give me 1 second. It's to roll. Okay. Yeah, I think this person name Joanna, they are called. Uh, Joanna. Joanna is a person that works with you. They essentially are safety a safety trained ensign. Their expertise is different kinds of radiation. They are the sort of person that you will send into, I don't know, a mine, or that you will send to take scans of a battlefield after a battle to see if it's safe to establish encampment there. So this is probably the person that after you came out of the
Yeah.
temple that first went in and started scanning
Help
to see if it
establish
will
the
be
base and
safe.
all that.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Joanna.
Cool. Yeah. I wonder if Joanna would have any other, like, if there was any other like anomalies, if they would notice that, or if anything in a report they gave, or if I could press them for additional like stuff they found here that's out of the ordinary, I guess.
Sure. Give me 1 second. I think we're going to do that with a luck roll. Roll 1d6. I think it's a 50-50 because this is a big place. So 1, 2, 3. She did find something.
Cool. 3.
3. Yeah, nice. Okay, yeah. Give me 1 second. We are going to reopen. Yes. She mentions that in the northernmost room that was at risk of collapsing. She mentions that there is a safe minor ionizing radiation signature. You should be safe if you go an hour, maybe less. It's safe enough. But she ventures a guess because she goes further once she finds this signal that this tunnel has been purposefully closed. She can't tell why, but that it's been purposefully closed. And based on the half-life of the radiation, she thinks it had to be at least a couple thousand years ago, maybe even before the QQ discovered this precise station.
And is that the one that had like the tunnel we didn't go down that
Yes.
led back up? So it might bear further investigation later on. I'll relay that information to Salim, just to say like, hey, when you're putting together objectives for the morning, that might be something worth exploring, excavating, seeing if we can come at it from a different angle.
Do you think that there's a possibility that connects up strongly with the whole teleporter situation?
It's possible.
Okay. Then
This is ionizing radiation, which it's radiation, what we think of as radiation. And the signatures that you have been picking up are more beryllium related to nation, so it's
Mhm.
anything it's possible. Because I roll for
Who knows?
everything, because I love it.
Right.
But
I think
there's
that
no
makes
there's
that our
not much of it.
target. We have a little more time to spare on doing these checks, but then we've got to start moving towards our target. But if this can give us an advantage, then we definitely need to follow up on it.
Nice. So unless any of you want to do anything else tonight, it will be the next day.
Before I go to bed, I realize I'm starving. And I'll have to get back in my mech and pull all of my snacks out. Just so I eat enough so I can fall asleep.
Nice,
So-
nice. Yeah, I love it. Yeah, I love it. The standard field sleeping arrangements are essentially this tent built around each of the units reactor, each of the fencing suits reactors. Everyone is warm enough during the night, whatever the situation is. So basically, you climb to the other side of your unit, open up the cockpit, and go back to the back side of the mech. And it's now the next morning. Commander Andrasi, you received the reports from last night. Obviously, you are aware enough of all of the things that we have established at this moment. Let me. Okay, and your comms officers tell you that they currently haven't picked up any collective signatures near, but they seem nervous about it. Somebody should be onto you by this point.
All right, we're going to get moving. We're going to follow up on the lead developed by Salta and Joyo and Papali's team. We're going to follow on this tunnel. I want our comms people scanning those frequencies that we picked up that distress signal on. It's possible that they may use that frequency again.
Mm-hmm.
So we need to be watching on that bandwidth, and we need to get moving out of this area. And everybody get ready to lock and load.
Ready.
You of course are able to that. The reports that you gather are this tunnel that you are trying to look on to the north is small. It's small. It can comfortably get probably 2 units traveling through it. But moving on with 10 people, 12 people that your unit is made of will be uncomfortable. And essentially, if you need to go back, you will be against this wall of mech units. So again, you are able to do so. I'm just letting you know that if something happens in the tunnel, it will be unsafe. Honestly, it will be unsafe to go with everyone. If you want to go the 4 of you by yourselves, it's more manageable. But you will be separated from.
Salta, who is that person who's watching over you?
Karam?
Yeah. I'll turn to him and I will say, you have combat authority. You take lead. I'm taking the Viper team and one backup, and I'll grab our other, and I'll say, we're going to head in. If you do not hear from us in 24 hours, assume the worst and move to strike position.
Okay. He asks you, Commander, strike position, or do you want to check us on the encampment to the southwest?
It is a tough call here.
Reset of call.
If you pick up enemy activity, the sense that they are close in on pursuit, head for the target. Because I don't want you to draw them back to the encampment. Otherwise, in 24 hours, fall back to the encampment. If another, check the situation there and make your decision based on that situation.
Nice. Let me take a note of that. Nice.
Okay.
So yeah. The group is left to pick up the encampment as you move deeper into the temple. Let me check on something. I think I know what. I just want some seeds. I love when things make sense. I really love that. I really love that about this style of gameplay, the OSR thing and the random tables thing. That stuff somehow makes sense. Okay, so you move down the tunnel. As I was telling you before, it goes for about 100, 200 meters further than what you explored. And it starts to feel, honestly, it starts to feel dangerous. Every single step that your units are taking makes the tunnel rumble up a bit. So what we're going to do is, for starters, we are going to roll either mobility or systems for every one of you. And depending on what you choose to roll, you will tell me essentially how are you trying to prevent the tunnel from collapsing when you are moving. So let's start with Salta, please.
Yeah, I think I will use systems. And I'm actually, what it is I'm sort of doing a quick scan to see where the structure is strongest and to sort of make sure that that's where the path that we're following is. We're walking on that safest terrain.
Nice.
Would be what I'm trying to do. So let's see here. I'm trying to beat a 17. D20. A 5.
Nice. Okay, you are plotting a path. Do you think you are leading the group then?
Yeah, because I have the targeting array, so I think that is. I like reuse that for all kinds of things. It's
Okay.
my most precious piece of
Makes
equipment.
sense. Makes
So-
sense to me. Pipali, go ahead, please. Either mobility or systems.
I'll be using mobility, and I think I'm going to just be doing my best to stay in Salfa's footsteps, basically.
Okay.
She knows where it's safe, so I'll go where she goes. And that's a 15, and that does not make it.
We are going to get back to that in a second. Selim, please. Either mobility or system.
Mobility.
What are you trying to?
I'm trying to be like clever about the motion. I'm trying to move quickly, get things going along, moving with coordinated skill, and missing that roll completely, and going on, and all this that.
Okay, we had 2 failures out of 3, so.
Y'all.
Sorry.
you start moving Salta with your targeting array on Viper Heavy. You are able to see uh, all of these points of structural where it's less structural sound. You're trying to move through it, and what I think happens, what I think happens is maybe Prophet Zero, since Salim, you describe it as trying to get things moving along. There's a bit of pressure, not a lot, but just enough. And maybe you as a group take a step too quickly, or just before Salta gives you an update on how the tunnel is moving along. And yeah, after you are starting to pick up these very minor, again, very safe signals of radiation, and you see the blockage on the tunnel, one of the one of the stones that make up this blockage, you see it basically project down the tunnel towards you because of the pressure of the water. And Salta is ahead, so Salta, please roll mobility for me.
All right. All right. I don't even know what my mobility is, but I'm going to roll it. So there you go. And we'll see. So I rolled a 3.
You roll a 3.
I
Okay.
swim like a fish. Yeah.
This boulder, the size of your head probably, so it's a big boulder, projects onto you. You move just in time. I'm not going to make everyone that's behind Salta roll for mobility, but tell me, please, Viper Harmony, Prophet Zero, how do you dodge this first boulder?
I think I don't dodge it. I think I shoot it. I think I like it's coming at me. I just like bring up the light machine gun and just turn it into rubble.
Okay. Then I think it shoots. Water starts projecting in. You shoot the boulder. There's of course vibration, because at this scale on your cockpit, this is nothing for you. But at a natural human animal scale, these are shells the size of a bicycle dropping on the floor, one after another. And then it's a second, a third one, and essentially the tunnel starts flooding onto you with I want to set it sort of in an Indiana Jones way. Basically, the water is coming along for you, and I think you have two options: either go forward through the water, trying to evade the collapsing, and you will make it onto the river, or trying to go back the way you came from. What do you want to do?
Commander.
I said press on.
Oh no.
I love it. Everyone,
Yeah.
please roll mobility once again for me. Everyone.
Yeah, water's just like space, only heavier.
Yes.
Oh, 1.
Nice.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Nice.
And this is mobility that we're rolling?
Yes, mobility, please.
Oh, 14.
14.
Well,
Nice.
good, because your mobility is a 15, I think.
Okay, that's okay then.
Now let's see what I roll.
Oh, you could do good.
I rolled a 4.
Nice.
Hey.
Yay!
Okay, so I think probably boosters ahead. You pull up your shields. Probably Viper Harmony. You are trying to protect everyone that's behind you. You are busting through the water stream. And let me just check on my check scroll. Where is... Yeah. You make it onto the river stream. And this as you try to look upwards, it's daylight by now. You see essentially no light, and yeah, Viper Heavy. I think you are the one that has more sensors in that moment.
Mhm.
Your unit Viper Heavy is showing all this pressure. You gather very quickly that the river over here is much deeper than on the place that you went through in order to enter the temple. So you are under the current and being pulled forward by the current.
Okay.
And and drops. As I was telling you before, you have
Is that pulling
intel.
us towards S or is that pulling us towards C?
It's pushing you towards H. It's pushing you
Ooh,
north.
H. Ooh.
So
Maybe there's a beach over that way. Oh, sorry. There's
yes, just give me 1 second. There it is. Yes, the current is
Ooh.
pushing you towards H. Uh, you are probably like, I want to say, enough for light to start dimming. You are probably at about 60 meters. How much? To
About
feet?
90 feet, almost 100 feet.
100 feet. If you say that's 100, I believe you. Yeah, you are probably 100 feet underwater. Your sensors start going haywire because A, the pressure, B, uh, water is filtering into your systems. What do you want to do?
Time to surface, kids.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think we're close enough to the bottom that we sort of hit that bottom of the river and kind of go, okay, we're gonna do the walk up, right? So would
Yeah,
that be
sure.
it? Follow the, essentially let the current kind of carry us along it, but still, using the bottom.
Nice.
So
Nice. Everyone, please roll your reactor die for me.
okay. That's the scariest die.
Ooh, a 1.
Oh, yeah.
A 4.
A 6.
Nice. Okay, so just Viper Harmony's reactor goes down.
Okay.
And yeah, essentially you are trying to pull up through the water. You are trying water. You do make it to the surface. Uh, the current is less strong the closer to the surface you are. You do know that you are in direction toward H. The current, however, has pushed you onto the middle of the river, and these are mech units, so they are not buoyant. Uh, in order for you to remain afloat, you are wasting fuel. So if you want to remain on the water, you will roll your reactor die again. If you want to make it either to one of the two a new hard drive, there's no problem. I have plenty of stuff that I can delete because I've been working a lot of stuff, but I needed to take a second that stuff. So there we go. So yeah. You move to the east bank, right? Is that right?
East, west. Ooh, okay.
Nice.
Cool.
So point H. Yes, point H. The thing that you know about point H is that you have first-hand experience with how deep this river is. This river is sporadically used by smugglers to navigate, to move stuff. Um, since you went into orbit, of course, smugglers have been more prevalent on the surface of the planet. Some of them are collective defectors, some of them are Kyuku defectors, some of them were simply citizens of the Kyuku that are trying to for a way a living. But you would also know and maybe guess that since this is a jungle, terrain is uneven. There's rapids on different parts of the river stuff. So you have satellite imagery to suggest that here at H there is a canal lock that people essentially used to come from whatever north they are coming, get up and navigate the. And the only people who are not with you are and are not with the collective are considered smugglers by House Selina. If that's true or not, it's another thing. But they are considered smugglers and unlawful by House Selina. What do you want to do?
Let's scan for any signals similar to the signals we got before. Then let's search the area and figure out where we proceed based on that.
Sorry. You get no. You get no signatures. You do get Kaiju's signature. Not significant, not threatening, but this way deeper into the jungle, it's to be expected. And you pick up a small from the atmosphere. You pick up a small CO2 concentration up to the north. That's usually either decomposition of a very large creature or human activity.
Mm.
All right, let's move, assess, and identify that concentration. I expect that we're going to fall back to A since we weren't able to discover anything here unless the situation changes when we go and scan that CO2 concentration. Viper Harmony, you good to take point?
I am.
Okay. We need to get that stealth module installed in you next time.
Yeah.
I think you will have installed it for the night. Not you personally, but mechanics that are available.
Okay.
Cool.
Nice. Nice. Okay, so I gather you are heading north through the hex then?
Mhm.
Nice. Somebody please roll 2d6s for me in order to see what's the weather today.
I'll do that. 2 and a 6.
2 and a 6, that's 8. Okay. It's cooler than yesterday. There's the sky is overcast. There's not really any rain. The limited information that you have suggests that it shouldn't be rainy for. And the nice thing about it being cool is that you also, for walking, do not roll your reactor light.
Nice.
Cool.
And you have gotten, honestly, what will have been 3 hours of trekking. Essentially, you will spend a ton of your fuel and use a ton of the river current to get to the edge of the hex. And so from here, you are able to explore it in the next couple of. So it's around noon when you get to the lock side of the rather to get to where this CO2 concentration is, it coincides the place with the place that your satellite imagery shows the log to be. You are maybe 1 kilometer away. If you were close to the collective this distance, you will know it by now. So you gather that you are. But one more thing. When you go out of the river into the bank, who is leading the group?
I think I am.
And who is on the back of the group of the three of you?
I think probably me.
Okay. Selim.
Mine's a squishy metal.
Selim, as you are moving, probably trying to follow the river, not in an obvious way, maybe jungle. You notice certain geographic patterns. There's this every, I don't know, maybe 50 meters or so on one part of your wreck, you notice these curved stone pillars go out of the floor for maybe 3-4 meters. It's probably because you are not leading the group that you are able to notice it, because otherwise this gets you to the, I think it's called the shin, right? Below your knee. It will get to your shin at the but it's a feature that you notice. I wouldn't say it's intentional or man-made, but it is there. It is a pattern.
Mm.
Do you want to do something about it?
Assessments.
I could scan them.
Let's do that. Let's see if this is a fruitful direction for us or not.
Since it's underground, you will be rolling systems with disadvantage.
Okay. So here we go. I still make it.
Nice.
I got a 7 and an 11.
Nice. Okay. It's scary, but it's scary, let's say, good. Because it's not a threat in this second. As you scan and as you are walking along and gathering data, it doesn't delay you a lot. Maybe half an hour as mission. You gather that these formations are the ribs of a massive kaiju, uh, probably a kilometer in length. You are able to find some of the other bones several meters below the ground. As you share this information, if you examine these pillars that are the ribs, you notice that they are, for the most part, petrified. This will be really skeleton. But I don't think the Kyuku have really confronted any creature this size. There's been findings of this kind of remainings, but yeah, that's how big.
What? Can we do like a equivalent of like it's not radio archaeology, but
Oh, yeah.
basically something I want to tell, like if we check these bones, like what's the trace of beryllium in these bones? Like just want to get a sense, because I'm beginning to become worried that the rising level of beryllium in here, the arrival of this other ship, that may be affecting the kaiju in the area.
Mhm.
Can we kind of get a sense, like, was this thing? Did it have a lot of beryllium in it when it was alive?
Okay, give me 1 second before I answer that.
Sure.
One of the court's worries, one of Prince Selina court's worries is that the known mining operations of the collective, who originally were here, and I think you are all going to pick up on this reference. They were here for transparent aluminium. Uh, they were here for transparent aluminium. That they will find the beryllium and disturb this thing that the Kyuku do not fully understand. So this is a constant worry that the beryllium has somehow or will soon be disrupted, and this will cause some kind of reaction of consequence. Uh, I think it's hard, so I think I'm gonna leave it to your luck. So roll 1d6 for me, and it will be either a 1 or a 2. But you are able to take a sample for.
Okay. Rolling 1d6. I rolled a 1.
You roll a 1. Nice. You probably need to break up the sample in order to get to the core of the bone, to get to a part that hasn't been fossilized yet. To break it, it's hard because kaiju bones are hard, and you do get these, not only this minor beryllium reading. You do get a beryllium, but when you hold it up, you see right in the middle of it like a beryllium vein coming through the bone.
Mm.
I'm saying vein in the sense of a vein in a mine.
Right.
Yeah.
You see it just there. It's barely noticeable. It's because you are picking up a beryllium signal. I won't say if it will be even half a centimeter. It will be bigger than what you are seeing.
Oof. I don't like this at all.
Mhm.
And I think a good educated guess that you will be able to make is that this is not detectable in the smaller kaiju that you find, because the concentration will be essentially negligible.
Mhm.
All right. I'm proposing that we fall back to A. Make our way back there. See if we can get back there by nightfall.
Okay.
Mhm.
Regroup. We'll talk with the insurgents and we'll decide on our next moves. They may have more intelligence about what's going on.
Sounds good.
Nice.
They may know what that thing was. They may have
Yeah.
seen it. Okay.
Yeah. So let me make one final roll. Amazingly, you trek without further encounters for the day. And yeah, I think you will make it back to the insurgent camps just after midnight. I think it takes a while to find a good passage through the river. You go back to where you were just yesterday, and as you might gather, you cross on the western side of this delta. You are now on the eastern, which is way deeper, so it takes a while. You do move through it and make it to the encampment. And sorry, let me roll to see what happened to your unit. If they encountered somebody and are on their way to Station R, because that's what Commander
Huh.
Salim told them to.
Mhm.
Yeah.
to do if they encounter resistance. No, they are here. They are here. They are here.
All right.
And as you are closing onto the point, we are going to end up our session, and we are going to move into Stars and Wishes just after we finish recording. So, thank you so much, everyone, for playing today. Thank you so much if you are watching on YouTube. I hope you had fun. I am Anya, and see you next week for more the Mecha Hack as part of the Open Heart Gaming calendar. That is what I was missing when I first opened the session because I did not open my script. Thank you so much. See you.